Hello and welcome to yet another cast. For today I have a custom 5v5 played on the Roxas Mapgen. This is a total 20k map on this border, but with that I think this may be 15k. Maybe 17.5, but I think it's too close for that. It's too far for that, so I think it's 15k. But we have team 1 right here in the top left, and team 2 down here in the top right, or northwest and southeast. Don't know which one I'm going for, but let's start with player introductions. Let's start with the northern team. In the northernmost position we have Zardos in a darkish grayish green, I believe that is, yes. Going Cypern, opening first land. Let's go to the west of that. We have in a fecal brown Felix going UEF, opening first land. I'm probably just gonna call them Felix. It's a lot easier. To the south of that, I guess. In hot pink we have the Soul Ripper noob going Seraphim, opening first land. So most likely no Soul Rippers out from them, unless they are able to build that secret Seraphim Soul Ripper. To the west of that we have Nithuk, or however you say that. Don't know if I'm just gonna call them Nithuk, or Thuk, or Ni, or whatever. Anyway, they are in this regal purple, going Cypern and opening first air. And to the south of that, in orange, going Seraphim as well and opening first land, we have Johnny JRRR, or, well, Johnny, with triple N. Probably not gonna say that triple N part anyway, because it's not too important, and would be very, very annoying every time. Now the southern team. In Cyan we have 1-0 Cat going Cybran and opening first land. Yes, it is 1-0 Cat. I did actually read that name correctly. Then to the east of that, in blue, we have Drigram for Heaven. I think they have been featured on the channel before. They are going Seraphim in blue. I think I already pointed that out, and they opened first land. To the north of that, in this darker green, not sure what to call this color, we have Matray going Cypern and opening first land. Now to the northern east, or northeast east, I guess. In red we have Hellvirus going Aeon, opening first land, and already moving that column to the middle as well. And last but not least we have, in burgundy red, Babel going Seraphim and opening first land, I think. Well, I don't only think, those are two land factories, so they most likely did not open first air. I suspect that the first factory was an air factory, with all factories that are currently out from them being, well, land factories. Okay, let's take a look at air factories. Air factory going out for Trickroom for Heaven. And air factory also going out for Hellvirus. And that's it for the southern team. Northern team we have a air factory going out for Nithuk. I may keep saying it like that because it's fun. Anyway, and also one out for Felix. And I believe... oh, never mind, there's also one out for Solar Noob. Okay, let's take a look at Reclaim on the map, because I forgot to do that earlier. Well, there is, as per usual for Mapgen, a whole bunch of Reclaim around these cliff edges and these plateaus, but there are no bigger clumps of Reclaim on this map. So I guess that's that. Max is also, as per usual for Mapgen, spread around quite a bit. Nothing too surprising there. And I hear some early aggression. Right, we have Acelan out here from Sorpa Noob. That is taking out some of these engineers. But it has been countered by a Mantis. Moment please. Some more lands were going around, or well, not only were, still are going around. This one out from Johnny has taken out an engineer and betted from that because the lands are very cheap and easy to bet. And most likely about to take out another engineer, yes. That engineer is going down. It is moving towards the land, maybe trying to reclaim it, but Celan being able to out-macro that and run, keep or stay away. And thus that engineer did actually go down, and there goes another rank of veterans on that Celan. I don't know, you don't really get the chance to watch a Celan bet that often because, well, they don't tend to survive that long. Or just don't get to do as much damage. There is a transport out now from Nithok. It is dropping some stuff on this plateau. And there are some maxes that have been claimed, and those are not just being captured. The capture progress is going very fast since maxes don't have that much of a energy cost. Thus, that is actually working out quite well. And since those maxes don't have to pay off their mass, since, well, they were free on mass for Nithok in this case, they are just basically free additional income for a little bit of power that was spent. At least while the engineers survive, though I also suspect that these engineers have already been paid for, since engineers are also very cheap. Now, another max down here has been claimed with that, and there was a transport up here queued as well, but I guess the transport has been... Oh, no, it hasn't been shut down, but Nithok decided against going up there. Now just some general spam out from Nithok and a little bit out from Johnny. Starting to collect on this side, but currently not too much going on here. A little bit of engagements going on with Bubble using their ACU to defend against some spam out from Zardos. A gun upgrade going up for Drillgram for Heaven, so maybe trying to be a bit more aggressive with that ACU. Would definitely be useful against those currently superior seeming spam numbers out from Nithok. That could definitely cause some issues in the long term. Let's see. T2 land has been achieved by Drillgram for Heaven. It has also been achieved by 1-0 Cat. I hear bombers. Where? Where are they? I do not know. Ah. There is a run by out from Matchery right here in the north. That has made it into Johnny's base. And there are just some Suicers out from Nithok helping to deal with that. Now I was looking for tech, currently no T2 land out from Matchery. There is T2 out for Bubble, and there is T2 air out for Hellvirus. But I think that's all the tech currently for the southern team. Yep. Yeah, okay. Let's take a look at northern team. Ah, never mind. Matchery also has T2. I may have missed that. There is also T2 out for Johnny. Currently... Wait, there aren't any land factories up here for Nithok, so there can't be any T2 there, and Nithok currently still completely at T1. Also, by the looks of it, currently still only T1 out for Felix. There is T2 out for Sodas, and T2 is out for Sorupanuk. Sorper Noob also in the meantime going for a T2 upgrade on the ICU. It has been paused at 90% or no, it's 90%, so whatever. T2 also going up for Johnny on the ICU. Let's see, any other upgrades currently going on? Don't think so, doesn't seem like it. T2 has been finished for Sorper Noob. Bubble does have gun. Not sure if I pointed that out, but I think I did. And Zardos does have T2 as well. So they are just using the ACU to reinforce this position up here. But currently not a lot going on. There are some transports. There's a transport out from Babel that just dropped some forward engineers for a reclaim factory, I suspect. Well, maybe not for reclaim factory, maybe just for additional spam factories, but whatever the purpose was, it will definitely be used in some way now. And these transports now on a ferry command. They're also probably being used to send even more stuff over. Babel in the meantime almost at T3 land. At 11 minutes, fair enough. Currently still only T2 land out for Hellbarus, not T2 land, T2 air. And T3 land currently at 70% for Triggering for Heaven. And at 30% for Zardos. No, not for Zardos, for Matri. Sorry about that. I mean, of course I have to confuse players with similar colors. Or not too similar colors, but I don't know, darkish green, same color, right? Even if it's on the opposing teams. Now a significant run by out from Nithak has taken out quite a few, or has taken out a factory and a max, and well, multiple maxes actually out from 1-0 Cat. There are now reinforcements from the north pouring in from Triggering for Heaven and Metri. And I hear an ACU fighting. Right, it's here. Right here. Babel being very aggressive with that ACU, pushing a position, taking out Amax and Hydra. And now deciding to push up to this plateau, where Sorpanoob has already placed down a T2PD, currently building another one. So with some TMD though, that will not be of too much relevance right now. Meantime, T3 land has now been finished up for Bubble. T3 NGs are out and those are moving up here for some reason. I would have expected them to stay in base to build some T3 Pigeons. But I appear to be mistaken on that. The run by of Nithak has been mostly dealt with now, but it got quite a bit of damage done, taking out another 2 maxes right here. And most likely quite a bit of spam and bit power in the push as well. Is there still a radar? There is a radar up here, so radar still has survived. Another radar up here. I hear some gunfighting again. Or not a gun, that's a Cerberus right here. It's also a bunch of Mantis. But those are now just taking out the T1 defenses out from Babel that have been thrown up. Though I don't think that will be too big of a deal, as I suspect that Othams will be at the front line very soon. And if those are set up properly, those can definitely cause a major disturbance. Sniper bots and shield generators already on that ferry command, so that being used to lift over T3 units. Now sniper bots and shield gens also being a very effective way to deal with that, but the T1 transports now having the limitation of only being able to lift 1 unit at a time, since those are T3 units and take up quite a bit more, those take up more carry capacity. So T2 transports would be needed for a more effective coverage of this area. The very aggressive push out from Babel with the comp continues, though it seems to be getting a lot more brave since I cannot see any AA in this area, so air snipe would definitely be an option. Saying that, there is also already some cos airs now out from Mifak, probably recognizing the fact that an air snipe is a very good option right now to take out that ACU. So I will probably miss that by taking a look down here in the south, but if Babel dies, it's probably to an air snipe. And it's probably cause airs. Now, in the meantime, a small push out here in the south from Juggernaut for Heaven is facing off against these Rhinos, or this general T2 out from Mifak. I suspect that has been just moved up to help defend against that push. Full T2 production now out for Mifak. On that land, also for T2 production already out on air now. Well, should have been pretty obvious as they do have the airs out. And Tier 3 air has been achieved by Hell Virus. And they have a Strat Bomber queued. Now Tier 3 has also been achieved by Felix, though I suspect the Strat may finish before they get their first ASF out, which would be a major nuisance. But that is still of the question. Wait, is that a Strat or is that a Solus? No, it's a Solus. Whoops. This map does not have any navy as far as I can tell, so I suspect that may have been a mistake. Soluses aren't that effective at dealing with normal ground targets. Yes, that is a proper yikes. Now, an air snap going on against Babel with a whole bunch of Corsairs, though ASF and Swifties out from Hellvirus are now dispatching of these very quickly. So the ACU for Babel for now is still being safe. Saying that, there is a very large group of Corsairs now right here and moving south. And those will probably get at least one pass off. With Babel being at the HP pool they are at, that's not looking too great. At around 2k HP, slightly above that, but currently, since air seems to be out of position, those will get another pass off, and there goes Babel to a T2 air snipe, or a cos air snipe, or whatever you want to call it. There we go. And they weren't even that far out now, but still no proper AA coverage. Something that I point out again and again, it's always good to have some AA in the mix to just in case, because the air player can't be everywhere at the same time. That is not really possible. Okay, a strat has now been built up for Hellvirus. They noticed their mistake of building a Solus, and I guess since I can't see a Solus anywhere, I suspect they may have just cancelled that, or they reclaimed it, not sure. But strat now going in, taking a shot at this T2 max. However, there are now ASF out from Felix, so that will be killed very quickly. It doesn't get another drop off. One drop, probably not worth it. So the misplay of building the Solus accidentally first has caused some major issue. A Monkey Lord has been finished by Matry, and that will most likely be able to break through, as I don't see any proper counter to that yet. Where's it going? Right, it's basically just marching through here, I think. Ideally taking out these wall sections, but even... Well, yeah, that would be a ideal case, because that way there wouldn't be anything to defend against it. Also, Omni up here now for Sorry Panu. So they are aware of basically everything going on and they will see the monkey coming. Now, is there any Omni in return? I can't see any right now. Another monkey going up for Metry. And anything else going on? The other experimentals for the Southern team right now? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, don't think so. What I completely missed apparently is that there was a small run by out from Sorapadu that got through the area somehow. Right, there is a path right through here, which is currently not defended. But Hellvirus now just going for primarily Restorers. Fair enough, as Restorers also a valid AA option. Maybe not quite as good as ASF, but still very powerful with their AA missiles. The only gunship with actual good missiles on it. But please give me a moment. I've got to take something. I'm gonna pause recording. Gonna be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. I just had to get myself something to drink because I forgot to get something before this cast, and as you may have already seen on the video length, this is a longer one. I can't really do this and record another cast afterward if I don't have something to drink right next to me. Because, well, talking dries out your throat and stuff like that. You need something to drink if you talk a lot. And talking for another hour, or about 40 minutes plus the other stuff, yes. Unless top starts spamming T1 bombers or gunships bombers, that monkey is going to wipe 2 bases and farm a lot of veterancy. Fair enough. And I also just realized I didn't have my minimap enabled. Sorry for that on the last cast. I completely forgot to enable minimap again after taking some screenshots. But yeah, that monkey is... Currently don't see anything really able to prevent that monkey from pushing through. Never mind, there is now just PD being spammed up for Nithuk. So that isn't gonna be too much of an option. And also PD spam coming out from Sorapanoop on T2 PD, as well as some additional shields to increase that survivability on that. With that, they may actually be able to take out the monkey. Broadswords coming in as well, providing some additional DPS on that. Broadswords being very effective, of course, at dealing damage at targets without proper AA. Of course, air's being used as well. Basically everything at their disposal, just being put onto defense against that. But the monkey is shedding HP very quickly now. So I guess this shielding and PD bank strategy is working out quite well. Yeah, none of these defenses actually died to that. So I guess there won't be another monkey pushing through that. And with around 10k mass, that's probably worth it, especially when they just reclaim DPD. It was probably net positive trade with that. Now some restorers out from Hellvirus being used to deal with another run by out from Solropanoop. But the ASF out from Helix already on it, taking that out quite effectively. And with this amount of ASF, it's pretty hard to use restorers to defend properly. So there will be more ASF needed. More ASF for Hellvirus, of course, not for Phoenix. They currently have superior numbers already. Now, is there any additional air tagging going on for any other player? Okay, there is T3 air going up for Metry, as well as a nuke. Well, that's good to know, I guess. And that nuke is currently already, I'd say, a fourth or a quarter or something like that already loaded. So that will most likely finish loading very soon. Let's say, yeah, currently no one else going on tagged air for the southern team. For the northern team, we already saw that Nithok is going tagged air, and they also achieved T3 air now. That puts that team at northern team at 2 T3 air players right now, I believe. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Also, a monkey lord going up for Sardos. That one will probably be able to also get some damage done. Maybe more than the monkey lord out for Matry. And something I noticed is that there is a quantum gateway out for Sarupanoop, which is building Zakus. And not any Zakus, it is the advanced combatant preset, which I have checked replay earlier today and I have taken a close look at it. It is the overcharge that the Seraphim get access to on their Zakus, plus sensors and nano. Not the maximum amount of HP that you could put on a Seraphim Zaku, since as an alternative to sensors there is also the shield, which is actually in the Rambo preset, which gives another 20k HP. But even without that, the Seraphim Zakus are very powerful if they get in range. And also with that sensors, they are, of course, able to see quite far. Now, let's get back to the stuff that we have done here. We have T3 production now, or full T3 production now out for Nithok. There is T3 production out for Sarupanoop. And also some more spam production for that. T3 production out for Sardas, unsurprising since they are building a monkey. And there's also T3 out for Johnny. Not too surprising, we are at 24 minutes. Shouldn't be too surprised about that. Now there is of course the T3 production out for Matry that they inherited from Babel, as well as their own T3 production. Nuke finished and just fired. I believe it is going, yep, there is still the nuke ordered right up here. SMB has been built up, but that's never gonna load in time. And that is going right into the air grid of Felix. Maybe not the most effective target, but that will definitely delay future air construction. And maybe allow the southern team to get proper air control. Okay, there is now T3 air going up for Trigger for Heaven. That is definitely working, and he lands nuke. That definitely paid for itself with 61,000 mass killed. Now another push out from Trigger for Heaven right here on the land. It is currently forced to pull back due to these broadswords, but the lightning tanks are actually able to kill these broadswords rather effectively. Some T2 out for 1-0 cat is being used to try and push, but that's not too effective as there is already a sizable force of T3 out for Nithok that is countering that. So T3 land production. Yes, there is. Well, not sure if there is mass production, but there is at least the ability to produce it. And some of these factories are now going for T3 as well. So that is definitely in the books. There will be some T3 spam coming out very soon. Zero cat going for us. I was about to check if they have proper upgraded all their maxes. They upgraded most of it. There are still some pretty safe maxes right here that can be upgraded. So not the most effective strategy right now, but fair enough. also think someone else went grass, but I can't remember who. Right, it was Solar Panoop. They are looking at 43, yes. And there are probably some very deadly cycles somewhere. Yes. Right here, for example. The Seraphim Advanced Combatant Zaku with Sensors, Overcharge, and Nano. Having a whopping 265 regen and 25k HP if I remember correctly. Couldn't read that properly because I looked way too late at that. But that's basically advanced nano regen that you get on the normal ACU and half of the HP pool from that. So some, well, a slightly high HP pool you could say. Or well, very high I guess. Right, here we got another one. Oh no, it's 29k. So, well, 29,500, so basically 30k HP. Plus 265 regen. So these cycles are pretty insane, and with Overcharge they are also able to shred through experimentals as long as the player has proper e-storage. But looking at this, that's not too much of an issue for Solar Noob right now. Going by this, oh yeah, they have over 100k, they have 164k stored energy. That's definitely in the cards for them. It's what to say that I thought that that should increase the power production of the P-Gen, but no, it did. This P-Gen is actually producing double the amount it would usually make. Was there a way that you double it with that? I mean, it's very volatile and... well, it's probably cheaper, but it's still very volatile, so... probably not worth it. Or I could be talking complete nonsense and it's more expensive. I don't know. In that case, as per usual, sorry about spreading misinformation. Now, Monkey Lord for 1-0 cat has finished. And that one is currently just good to go here. No proper target, and some experimental just finished. Well, what I apparently missed is that there is a chicken out for Trick Room for Heaven. That is currently pushing against Johnny. And right, the pop-up that just happened is that this chicken out from Sauropanoop finished. Now there is the counter chicken out from Sardos up here that is pushing against the force of Hellvirus and Matry. Matry utilizing sniper bots to try and kill the monkey and the army supporting it. But the monkey getting closer by the minute and taking out this army quite effectively, though it is taking quite a bit of damage from this T1 RT and the Obsidians. Another nuke out for Matry, and this one is going for... yes, it's going up here. It's going for the main base of Johnny. Currently no SMD by the looks of it. Well, there's one up here, but that is not loaded, and nowhere near loaded. So that will definitely just break through or land. Another Rainbow Cycle being utilized right here to deal large amounts of damage. Currently not overcharging. Not sure if they may have forgotten to use auto overcharge or if it's just not working properly right now. Ah, there's the overcharge. Okay, never mind. I mean, there is of course the possibility to just manually overcharge, but that's a bit of hassle with well, if you have multiple Zakus at multiple positions to macro that for every one of them. Now, in the meantime, the chicken out from Trickroom for Heaven now facing off against the one of Sauropanoop. But Trickroom for Heaven also has a massive supporting army with it, both of them. While the chicken did go down, which is not too surprising since they were down on HP, and there was some Corsairs coming in to try and take that out as well. They did take out the one from Sauropanoop in return, and I believe that the chicken out from Trickroom for Heaven has dealt more damage, so all in all it's still a more it was still a more effective trade for them. Now another monkey for Matry out right here that has dealt with the Rambocom, or well, combatant, I guess, as it's not a proper Rambocom. Proper Rambocoms will probably be, as I already pointed out, even more scary as they get even more HP with their shield. Basically putting them up to around 50k HP if I remember correctly. Which is just ridiculous. Now a push out from Nifak right here in the south, being, well, I'm not sure what it is. It's definitely being fired upon with some sniper bots, and there is another chicken coming in from Trick Room for Heaven. But it has pushed the push of Trick Room for Heaven back. You could definitely say that. But there were still some entries that they were able to get through that are now just reclaiming the chicken right here, preventing that from being reclaimed. And with that, that was definitely worth it, as that way the reclaim of at least one of the chickens has been denied. Yeah, a monkey was sent out by a 1-0 cat right here, but there was no proper support from that. Sorry about that cough. And thus the monkey just died to a overwhelming amount of bricks. Strats now building up for Matry, and the nuke about to load again. And Sarapa nuke built another experimenter. What is it this time? It's another chicken. Matry has built a megalith, and apparently Johnny sent out a hell taunt. Just saw that pop up and was confused for a moment. Matry also going for laser, the ultimate tele defense. If they go for cloak as well, that will be, well, it will be the perfect tele defense, because cloak means that they are no longer that they are also very hard to spot. Nuke has loaded, but is still a bit of firing. And the strats are going somewhere. There's laser upgrade going on for Zardos now. It's important to point out, and that ACU is not very well protected. So maybe those are going after that. Well, there is currently still no proper targeting on that. They are about to get into vision, so if the northern team pays attention, then there's most likely an ASF response out against that, but Hellvirus and Trick for Heaven are currently just tying up the Air Force out from the northern team by forcing their fight south, and yes, there's an airstrike against Stardust. Stardust going down to a whole bunch of strat bombers, as I suspected. And the result of the airfight was actually a victory for the southern team. Trick Room for Heaven now having a pretty significant aircraft now as well. And a disruptor has been queued up for Matry. Starting out to prepare for, well, I was able to say starting out to build standard technology, but I'm pretty sure a nuke also classifies as standard technology, so it's not really starting out with standard technology. At around 30 minutes now. A monkey has been built up for Nifak. Let's see if that, how that will be used, and nuke out. Where's that one going? Well, I'm pretty sure I remember where it's going. Yes, it's going for this base. And there is no SMD covering that. The next closest SMD I believe is this one, but that's nowhere near in range, so that nuke will land. Take out a whole bunch of T3 Maxers. Yeah, 3 T3 Maxers, a whole bunch of T3 production, and a whole bunch of willpower. So that will be painful to lose, not too big, but still painful. A push out from Nifak now, right here, that is just being countered by a whole bunch of T1 bombers. But that is starting to take ground, starting to break through. A chicken is moving up to help, but I'm not sure if that will actually arrive in time. Now, in the meantime, let's take a look at economies. Team 1 slightly ahead with around 100 mass income, at 1700 mass income. Team 2 at 1600. Slightly less, but very close for this stage of the game. Haste Eco, Solar Noob sitting at a triple base, as I believe Johnny gave over their base after being nuked. And that's having a mass income of 1.1k. Second highest at 500, at a more reasonable 520 is 10 cat. Now the chicken has started firing upon the bricks, and with its AoE weapons is also able to take those out. And quite a few of those. And it will most likely actually bet on that. Yeah, it's already at 10k mass cut. That will definitely bet. And a monkey out from 10 cat. Right here. Also just taking out a bunch of the units at the back. Sorry if I'm a bit more quiet now at later stages of this game, because my throat is starting to become a bit sore now, and that forces me to, that leads to me coughing a bit more, which I most of the time try to mute. So yeah. Now a chicken out from Sorpanoop right here, as well as a monkey lord supporting that. Currently facing off against a monkey out against a Yothofa and a monkey out for the southern team from 10 cat and Trick Room for Heaven. Monkey taking out 2 Rambo comms. Or, well, combatants. Technically. I know, no one cares, but it's this one detail I'd like to keep. And a sizable force of Restorers now has been built up for Virus. Well, it's almost a Restorer Death Ball, I'm pretty sure it's not quite enough for that. And there is now Trick Room for Heaven pointing out that they have a nuke as well. And that their nuke is ready, not sure where that is. Probably an attempt to coordinate their nuke strikes. Yeah, I can't see where that is. Oh, never mind, it's 210 cat, pointing out that they already have nukes since they are building their own. But I mean, more nukes are always better, right? In the meantime, we have a GC now facing off against Maglev right here in the north, with some supporting units. But the GC is already down, is already hurt quite badly. However, the Maglev has turned its back, and thus is no longer able to fire back. But there are a whole bunch of crosshairs coming in, so the GC will go down. Most likely any moment. That goes. Yep. And a smaller force of these Zakus now, of these Rambo Zakus now still being used down here to take care of the reclaim stuff, reclaim entries. Just out of curiosity, what is their range? Yeah, range is not too impressive. Well, saying that, that's still pretty big. Move that. Does it tell how much range that gets? No. Oh, okay, I get it. The advantage of this upgrade path is that the advanced sensors apparently also increase gun range. Fair enough. With that, the drawback of the lower range by not having a proper gun upgrade is just dealt with by getting the range from the sensors upgrade. And the DPS with the overcharge cannon is still pretty sizable. Right, that explains why they went for the combatants instead of the Rambo preset, because the Rambo preset, while having 20k more HP and fall of a shield, has a lot less range. Now, a nuke going out, I believe that one was going up for the base of Felix again, but it got shot down by this SMD. Another SMD going up right here. Something happened to that SMD there. Whatever was built there. Not sure what it was, but something did happen. Now, a Fat Boy has been built up, probably by Felix, and just gifted over to Nithok, as they otherwise wouldn't be able to build a Fat Boy. But then you're coming out, and it's going for this position. Right here. With Omni and one T3 max, never mind, 2. And I don't think there's any SMD covering that, so that will most likely land. Take out some shields, but simply taking out the Omni is probably already worth that, and never mind, I misjudged that wasn't actually going for that, that was going deep. And that is going into the range of this SMD again, and there's only one nuke loaded in that, or anti-nuke. But this SMD is already on heavy assistance, so that will most likely load till the next nuke loads as well. In the meantime, the disruptor out from Mattery has almost finished. That will start, if that starts raining down on the position of on the northern team's positions, that will be dealing quite a bit of damage, especially on this aircraft, which is currently not shielded. The aircraft out from Nithok also only partially shielded. So that could definitely cause a lot of damage. Now, an Awasa has been built up for Tricrim for Heaven, and that is now currently being utilized to try and kill the Fat Boy. However, the Fat Boy shield is able to tank quite a few of these Awasa bombs. And it's 20k HP on that. Another one coming in. With that, the sheet does collapse. But the Awasa is taking some damage. And it would need another pass to actually kill the Fat Boy. And it's just pulling back instead. Now another experimenter going out for the southern team, a Tsar out from Hellvirus currently being built. And just went into the green. That will be again very deadly. If actually not countered by air properly. A Maglev out for Nithak, facing off against the or well, not shit, but the units out from 1-0 Cat down here in the south. And 2 Maglevs now facing off against 1 GC, and a whole bunch of sniper bots out from Mattery and Hellvirus up here in the north. And Flag now being used in larger numbers to also prevent Restorers from being too effective, as well as a whole bunch of bouncers. EGC goes down, the Maglev still taking a bit of fire, especially sniper bot fire. Down into the yellow, but still looking very healthy. Okay, down into the red. but still at, well, I was supposed to say still at around 20k HP, but it's still taking sniper bot fire, so it will probably die very soon. Unless the sniper bots are taken out, and I believe the sniper bots are actually being taken out, yes. So the Maglev survives at 10k HP. Unfortunate, the sniper bots would have needed to be more better micro to kill that grab. Babel suggesting to nuke the grabs, maybe not as effective because grabs are the only unit in the game that are able to tank a nuke. If I remember correctly, a nuke deals 100,000 damage. The grab has, without veterancy, 110,000, meaning that it does survive a nuke. Or at least name a nuke, but I believe name a nuke is 50k damage, but so normal nuke would still be survivable for that. More stores being brought in to try and take out the Maglev, but SF responds out from Sorpa Noob. Quick enough to just take out most of these restorers. Spotting ASF coming in from Battery. And now there's also the large ASF cloud out from Trigger for Heaven. And with that, I believe that again a lot of air for the northern team is lost. Air control is still in the hand of the southern team. The Duke has finished, or not the Duke, the Disruptor. It's not a Duke. And it has taken out the aggro out for Sorpanoop. Not sure what it's currently targeted on, but most of the damage has already been done here. So fair enough. Okay, taking out another factory. Let's see, is there any other art going up? There is a hub of them going up for Trigger and for Heaven. Isar has finished. And currently no other art going on for Matri. There's also a bug going on for 1-0 Cat. Or a bug going up. And I hear chicken fighting. Well, those are two Magleves? No. Two Magleves and a chicken. Okay. And... right, there is a whole bunch of chickens down here in the south. Already, two that already died. Another two right here, and another two right here. So 6 chickens in total have tried to push out from Sorpanoop into the positions of Trigger for Heaven and 1-0 Cat. But T3, but the experiment is now just being used to clean those up and taking out all the chickens, I believe. Yes. Now a large arrow spawns out from Mythok, nearly killing the Tsar and actually killing the Wasser. One chicken right here actually survived, I just realized. Though there is a heavily battered chicken out for Trigger and Heaven that may be able to survive that. With 120 regen and a 31k HP. Well, looking at that, maybe not. Yeah, it's around half the HP of this chicken. Even with the, oh, that regen is probably not enough to cancel it out. Once your cat finishes another Sauropod. Sauropod also another one of these experimentals that you don't see that often. Well, it is, gunships are generally, I feel like gunships tend to be a rather disliked unit when it comes to just spamming them. Especially for Cybran. And the Sauropod being basically a super gunship. A super, and technically even, not even a super T3 gunship, but more a super version of the T2 gunship. With being focused mostly on ground, air-to-ground missiles, instead of the normal plasma that you get with the T3 gunships. It's just, well, it has a whole bunch of AoE, and also some decent DPS, but the accuracy is quite lacking, and sometimes accuracy is what you need, even with gunships. I don't know, I guess that's one, I suspect that it may be one of the reasons. The other reason may also just be that the Cybran Airs generally just good enough that you don't need air experimentals. or that other air experimentals are just plain better. With the Awasa being good for sniping and the Tsar being just better at direct ground targeting with the Evan's beam. And something went down here in the south. Right, it was a Monkey Lord that died. I believe that may have gone down to the Sauropos. Are just now being utilized down here in the south to keep firing onto this position, take out stuff. Maglev, another Maglev now coming on for Nithak, trying to defend, but not being too effective at that. Well, okay, the Sauropos are actually pulling back now, so the Maglev is currently still able to do its job. ASF coming in from Felix, taking out one Sauropos, I believe. Well, okay, not quite. But they are getting another pass, and our Sauropos is already hurt quite badly. And never mind, they are pulling off, so that Sauropos survives for now. But in total, the situation for the Sovereign team doesn't look that great anymore, because map control isn't... They are losing quite a bit of map control. Now, Rambo Psycho is also being used in bigger numbers for Sauropos, just as mobile engineers. Fair enough, as that is one of the things that they can be used for quite effectively. Having the comparable build power to a T3 ACU. Now, Hub of Helm for Trick for Heaven has finished. And that is now firing down upon this base where 2 disruptors have been built. But due to power stalls, the shields have collapsed. Which is a suboptimal situation. And shields are now also just going down to the outer shells. Some shields popping on for moments. Yep, power is back on, but shields are already being lost on that. So we'll have to see how effective that will actually be. Some Revenants coming in from Metri again, taking out the SMD right here. That may be enough to allow the nuke to sneak past. Though there is another SMD right here that is loaded 3 times. And I believe that, well, could work. We'll see. Nuke is launched at that. And I don't know. Maybe it's gonna work, maybe it's not gonna work. The other nuke out from 1-0 Cat going after this position. With just some T3 production. Has the nuke actually paid for itself? It hasn't done any damage so far. Again, unfortunate. But 1-0 Cat putting up even more eco, keeping ecoing, but Matri having outscaled them now. Fair enough, Matri I believe may have more maxes, though with map control dying in the northern side that is probably not the case. But I think this SMD right here, going back to that nuke, was actually enough to take that out, to prevent that nuke from landing. The SMD right here was not enough to prevent this nuke from landing, as we can see. And with that, the RT for the northern team has been mostly taken out. There is one Hub of Flame currently out for Sauropos noob right here in their main base, or around their main base. It is currently firing back. Another disruptor has been started for Matri, and that will significantly increase the firepower, of course. And a Yolana also has been started for Trickroom for Happy, so we are now at the end with game enders going up. For sure. Chickens keep fighting somewhere on the map. I don't know where at this point, to be honest. I just know it's going on somewhere. Some of these combatant Psychos now being used to deal with the brick push up here from Matri. And let's see, is there anything else going on? There is a Stone Age nuke out for Felix. And that appears to be it right now for the Northern team. Other than more Hopper farms going up right here. But RT is starting to break through the shielding of Nithak right here. And has already dealt some damage to that SMD and these pigeons. So that's not looking too great. Currently, apparently a postal going on for Metri, though that just solved itself. Still something you really don't want to see while under artillery fire. Or maybe it wasn't power stall, maybe it was just the artillery fire breaking through. Now the Olona is continuing, currently at 16%. You may notice me looking at some other bases as well. One reason is that I watched the replay today, so I have an idea of what will be, of what is to come, and thus I'm taking a look at it to check if it has been started. I have a bit of foresight. Another nuke going out for Metri, or from Metri, and that one is going right north into this position. There is a maglev under construction that will probably just die. Some PD, some T3 build power. Well, at this point the launcher only needs to, or the explosion only needs to pay for the missile itself, and that is not that expensive. And with 37% of a maglev as well as the stuff building it, I suspect that may actually still pay. And it did, and it even took out 2 T3 maxes. Never mind, 1 T3 max. That one wasn't actually finished. Now, let's take a look at the RT, and... Okay, second tower farm is now under construction for Soroponup, and that is going up rather quickly. But there is... Okay, the second disruptor is still under construction for Metri, and it isn't going quite as fast. But there are already 2 RTs out for the Southern team, firing on the position that currently only that's currently only filled with 1 RT. And at the same time there is a game ender going up. Never mind, there is a second game ender going up. A Scathers has been started by 1-0 Cat. And second tower farm finishes. RT is currently not targeted on that, it seems like. Rather targeted on the aircraft of Nifak. Starting to break through, but still a bit off. And a Maver has been queued up by Felix. The massive UEF erection of doom. The purest game ender of the UEF variety. Just a massive fuck off cannon. Now, some maglevs up here in the north are supposed to chicken pushing for Metri, and there does not appear to be any proper opposition left. A sunfire being put down onto this broadsword, but the AA on the maglev not that effective, so that won't do too much. The hover therm right here has been gifted over to Metri. It seems that the RT started to break through, as that has taken some damage and this sheet up here died. But the RTs are now retargeted onto this position, so that I guess that will be... the threat has been recognized and it's now starting trying to be dealt with. Oh, never mind, RT is still firing onto the aggregate right here. A third, however, has been started for Soroponup though. And that will definitely be able to cause some damage. And by some I mean quite a lot. Now the scaffolds of 1-0 cat has already been finished at 32% or went up to 32%. The Yolana Os at 44%. And the RT continuing to rain down onto the position of the northern team's positions. And though shields are now collapsing around this area, so maybe the some of them are about to go down. Second disruptor at, let's take a look, 54%. Taking quite some time to build. But this amount of 3RT would probably also be comparable to game enders at this stage, as it's getting to the critical point where it's no longer feasible to properly shield against it. Now the shield's starting to flicker quite a bit around here, with all the firepower now actually being focused on that. That is definitely a bit of a problem. The scaffolds has been finished, or has been completed 48%. 58 for the YOLO, so I believe the scaffolds may actually finish faster, as it seems to be building faster. And Maver not yet started up here, still only queued. But the third RTE for Sorobanoob is about to finish. That will may be enough to start breaking through some shields. Especially if the proper power adjacency is completed, to increase the fire rate. But saying that shields continue to collapse around here, so maybe not. And it is aligning, and I believe it may have already fired. But second disruptor about to finish. And something exploded. I think. It sounds like a nuke. Not sure what it is. Yeah, scaffold is 70% done. This is at... currently no longer assisted. Okay, no longer continued, so YOLO will take a bit longer. I think with that the scaffolds will probably finish first. Right, it's assisted again, it's at 60%, so yes, the scaffolds will most likely finish first. It's already in the green. They were still only queued, but about to be started. But yeah, they are definitely behind on the game ender game. Though the 3 hour farms right here will be also quite a bit of a nuisance. Okay, the second disruptor for Matri has finished and is now starting to target. But yeah, okay, shields are currently still holding here over with the scaffolds about to finish. Well, not about to finish, it's still at 83%, but well, it will be getting there very soon. I don't believe that position can hold. Now, 2 megaliths trying to out from 1-0 cat trying to push in this area, but just inordinate amounts of Wolfus preventing those from actually coming in. In the meantime, and also Felix covering that properly with ASF, forcing an airfight and actually having air control right now, I believe. Also using quite a few broadswords to fire on that megalith as well. Most likely taking that out very soon. Some strats out from Matri will try to be used for something, not sure what. Is SMD still alive? Yes, there is still SMD. Okay, not sure what that was going for. And it's currently right, just more shield assistance trying to get, or more shields in general, just trying to keep this safe from everything that's going on. And the scaffold's finished. The massive Beyblade of Doom has started firing. The Maver is still under construction and will take quite some time. And this beauty of a Cybran RT currently not firing. But about to fire again. And these salvos dealing heavy damage to these shields. Here we have it. Beautiful. Firing massive salvos of high damage artilleries into this and starting to take out some shields. Scaff is of course not being the most effective at taking at breaking through shields. However, once the Scaff has the advantage due to just saturating an entire area with damage, that once a shield is broken, it won't get back up because there will no longer be either neither a shield or something to shield. Since the salvo, once the shield just collapses, is usually enough to take out everything that was underneath the shield, as well as the shield itself. But in conjunction with the disruptors and the Hellwathan, those shields are already pre-reckoned, and against the Scathless shells, more shields going down, as we can see, and that just makes defending the entire thing even harder, as the amount of shields constantly decreases. And there's next salvo, already coming in. I mean, not really getting also landing everywhere, but where it's intended to land. I mean, we've got shells here, not sure where the Scaff is currently targeted. But some shells were enough to just break through, take out all the shields, take out all the P-gens. And with that, 2 of the 3 Hellwathans are down. Another one has been started, but the situation isn't looking too great. Yellow has finished and started firing, but the Northern team decided to recall. And with that, the Southern team does win. The YOLO fired off 1 nuke, I believe. Yes, here we have it. Beautiful YOLO nuke. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this cast, showing off quite a few of the big toys. And yeah, this was streamed live on Twitch. Link to that will be, as per usual, in the description. If you enjoyed this, I don't know, like, I guess. If you have some feedback to give, something to say, you can post that in the comments. If you would like to see more casts like this, you can always subscribe. It's completely free, and I'm putting out quite a few casts a week right now. Currently still 3, not sure if that will change. At the moment it doesn't look like it, but we will have to see about that. I won't promise that it's gonna stay like that. But anyway, hope you enjoyed, hope to see you again in a future cast or in the stream, and till then, bye!